guys, world is mine here. I've been an artist for a while, but recently I've heard newer artists getting discouraged by, well, a lot of things recently. But one of the ones that stood out to me were sketchbook tours. A bunch of talented artists like to showcase their sketchbooks that double as portfolios, which is fair. We all want to show our best work. So I'm gonna do the opposite. We're gonna go way back to 2009 with what I consider to be my first real sketchbook from when I was around 15 years old. I usually have a small one that I like to take with me everywhere I go, and bigger ones to save for what I wanted to be important pieces. We'll go through all of these, and then by the end, I'll pick out an old piece to do again. So we'll get started with this big boy. This guy right here was my first art class notebook. So anybody that's taken an art class knows you go into art class, and the first thing they tell you to do is no anime. And the second thing our art instructor did was take away our eraser for 3 weeks, which I have feelings about. I understand every pencil stroke needs to be perfect, but all it did was just make me really, really anxious that I was gonna mess up. So the beginning part of this is gonna be the art assignments I had to do, and then I would flip it over to the back, and I'd put all of the stuff that I was working on in my free time in the back. Ooh, that looks a little dark. So we'll just start backwards. I was super into Momote Lollipop and South Park at the time, so I would steal the eye shapes from Momote Lollipop, and then I'd have a whole bunch of cringy South Park OCs, and this was one that I liked to draw a lot. Her name was Sugar. She was a pop star with a bunch of anxiety and mental issues because of her mother. I have since retired her. Let's see. Oh, more South Park stuff. That's Craig. I think that's fan art of Butters. I didn't color a lot of stuff back then. That's Tweak. Lots of cringe. Oh, Shugachara. I liked that a lot too. There's also a whole bunch of fan comic stuff in this that I'm just gonna breeze by, because I started drawing fan comics really young and then posted them a bunch and with mixed results. So I'd start posting a few pages, and then I would look back at what I had made and get really self-conscious about it and then stop posting them. So I think I have at least 100 pages of comics that have never been posted, and that's one of them. That looks like Knights, a human version of Knights. No idea what's going on there. Ooh, I actually like the texture on that. I don't remember who she is, but she was definitely a character. Italia! Y'all remember when Italia was big? And you could be proud that you passed your history exam because of Italia? Oh, more fan comics. I had so many female South Park OCs, it's embarrassing. Oh, there's Sugar again. You can't even recognize who they are. You can see I tried to scrub the names of the South Park characters and put in original characters because they really had nothing to do with South Park anymore. Gosh, she actually ended up as one of the few OCs that I've taken with me and kept doing stuff with. Oh yeah, I can clearly see the eraser marks. Nice Ken doll. Yeah, everybody looks different except Kenny. Kenny just looks like Kenny. More Sugar. Sierra was another one that I would draw a lot, which is funny because she's just... If anybody's seen the Powerpuff Girls Z anime, it was just Hyper Blossom. But totally not. It's totally not the same character design. Okay. I do these little chibi drawings a lot too, so all of the planners that I have, every single day I would draw a little guy. I forgot how determined I was to pretend this was not a South Park fan comic. Oh! So I liked Invader Zim a lot. And at the time, I was just obsessed with, like, characters that were, like, male and female at the same time. So, like, I would often draw Zim as a girl, and I also made a little female robot that was just a Lolita android to go along with it. Ah, that jump scared me. I was not expecting that. I forgot that I was, like, just getting into Invader Zim around this time. Yep, there's more of it. I tried to do the antenna as earrings, because reasons. Oh, there's my human version of Gur, and I think her name was Aya, because it was an artificially intelligent android, was the acronym for her. Ah, yes, sexy nurse Sim, what everybody needs in their life. Just a whole bunch of little doodles. This is around the time where people were like, oh, can I see your sketchbook? And I'd be like, no. Please, no. I have no idea what was going on there. It's probably Zim, but I don't know why wings. Oh, I remember her. That was a female Urkin character I had. She was like Periwinkle was her color palette. I don't remember anything else about her. I just know in my head she was Periwinkle. Ah, goth Aya. More Invaders in I don't remember who these two were. Like I said, I did a lot of fan comics and then showed no one. Oh, there I was trying to actually draw in the correct style. My weeb is showing so bad with this though, oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't remember who she was. Okay. So, by the time I turned this into art school, my art teacher didn't know where my personal sketchbook began and where my assignments ended. So I don't know how far he actually flipped through this. Big oof. I got an A, because I drew a lot. But I think it was around this part where he'd put the grade page either on that page or this page, and I was like, how much did you see? He's like, you just drew so much. I didn't know where to stop. What was going on with this? But I was also listening to a lot of 80s music at the time. So I remember what song goes to this, but not the characters' names or anything about them anymore. So I'll go to the front. Okay. Oh. There we go. So we'd have to do all these sketches, and I tried working on this in like Spanish class and math class, and people who were failing Spanish complained that I was drawing all the time. And I'm like, I am actually doing homework. Like, I'm not drawing for fun this time. I'm actually doing the sketchbook assignments. And I was forbidden to, because they couldn't stop talking, and then they were like, but she gets to draw all the time, so why can't we do what we want? It's very annoying. But I did like Van Gogh. The Van Gogh one was fun. I went ham on that one. Ah, yeah, there's Sierra, and I forgot her name. I will show pictures of her eventually, but she looks completely different now. You could tell I really liked watching Powerpuff Girls at the same time I was into all this stuff. Let's see. Got a sunset. Sorry for bumping the mic. What prompt was that one for? I don't know. I don't know what prompt was supposed to go here. Favorite cartoon! There's Brick. Just remember, like, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I remember that one. That was the one anime cartoony one I could get away with that I had to draw. I like drawing flowers still. Flowers don't bother me nearly as much. That's my pet hamster, Tamago. Ah, she was perfect. And see, here we're getting into 2010, so like both these sketchbooks like I held on to throughout the year and just slowly added to it. But yeah, she was a non-nocturnal hamster. She would sleep at night and then eat food during the day. She was perfect. Wow, that's actually a decent pencil. Oh, I feel so bad for this poor man. Like, he tried to get me to draw real people, and I just refused. Okay, that one's monochrome. I like the eyelashes in that one, actually. Oh, that's sugar again. I drew... Oh, that was my icon for the longest time for all of my social media stuff. It was just this anime girl, I don't know from where, eating a pie. But yeah, I drew a lot of South Park stuff. Ooh, that time I actually wrote what this was supposed to be. Inner Demons. That was probably the worst fear one. This is actually based off of a tarot card. Oh! Let's see, 13. Something that makes you happy! Making comics. I, from a very young age, was like, I'm gonna eventually make comics that people actually want to read and will be published. Ooh. Nice little landscape there. I don't think this was for anything specific. There's like weird little details in the background, but I don't know. Okay. I do like psychedelic abstraction. I like anything with bright colors, but at this point I didn't feel very confident in my coloring. So even though I loved coloring, I tried to do digital, and then I just get frustrated with not understanding color. Hold on. Oh, there's Sugar again. Yeah, she was a little anxious mess. She was... You know when you make that one character and you're like, I'm just gonna project everything that makes me uncomfortable onto you. She was her. Ooh, I like that too. I like the distortion in that one. Hey! It's a Guineasaurus Rex. I think I couldn't decide what eye to put on this dragon. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking with that one. Some of these you can tell I just head empty, must have fulfilled assignment, and then some of them was like, this is actually fun. There she is again. I don't know who you are, but you're there again. Daymare and Nightmare. I'm surprised I didn't try to do My Little Pony fan art for that one. I used to like I still have some of the OG pony toys. I don't know why this is giving me strong Vocaloid vibes, but it is. Hey, more Powerpuff Girls stuff. I think that was a hand that I had to like scramble the line art around on. There's my collage. Very uninspired, but I did the thing. This was kind of neat. I like people who can do this, where they like take coloring books and stuff, and then they fill out the image with whatever they wanted. Hey, more Knights fan art. I think that's supposed to be a mansion. I liked green things. I could not draw most plants at the time, though. My sorry excuse for pointillism. Oh, I will not. This is Alice Human Sacrifices fan art. I got away with so much fan art just because I poorly disguised it, and then it's like, no, it's totally related to the prompt. Who are you? Are you someone specific? My gut's saying no. I wanted blue hair so bad. so bad. I was able to get away with blue hair in high school during the summer, and then I had to dye it back. Only that was back before we had like temporary dyes that were really cool. So I had used coolant to dye my hair blue, and it was like blue jean blue. And when I tried to put the hair dye back on, it would just cool whatever came in contact with my hair. So there was a brief period of time at the beginning of the semester where I had gray, red, muddy poop hair, and I hated it. I missed my blue so much. More Invader Zim cringe. I was wondering when she was gonna come up. So this gal is my old Powerpuff Girl OC, Falling Angel, you know, because that makes sense. And she was like a multiverse kind of trickster character. So like her whole shtick was putting people into different like AU situations and them having to realize that they had been put into a different dimension, like kind of like a dream, but they were physically there. And then you have to like figure out who you really were and figure out how to get one of these little orb things. And then once you shattered the orb, then the illusion dream world like would right itself and you'd go back to where you were supposed to be from. I drew her a lot. And then moved on to other characters, but like there was a brief time where different permutations of this character was just like the cover art for all my notebooks. Oh, I just got dealt psychic damage. Sorry. This is fan art of my Powerpuff Girls fanfic that I leave up just because other people like it, but I find so very cringe McEdgy that I cannot look back at it again. Yep, that's what that is. I think we had to do a parody thing for the sketchbook assignment. You know, when hating Walmart was cool and not just, I'm gonna go to Walmart to get a soda real quick. Smarty pants! More females in. Wow, you could tell I was really like pressed under the wire to finish by this point. Oh, there's Falling Angel again. I never drew her in Powerpuff Girls style. I always drew her in like anime style or nothing at all. That's not bad. Invader Zim was one of the few cartoons that I was able to like somewhat competently replicate. I did okay with Powerpuff Girls for a while there, but like those were the two where I was like, I can draw in someone else's style. I got it. Ouroboros. I think I was supposed to make a pattern there. And then this was on the river. So we were supposed to draw a painting, and I liked blue, so I went with this one. This was the teeny boy that I would bring with me everywhere. So once we got Sierra and my weak-ass redesign for Kyle because reasons, you know, everyone does it. Not with Kyle, but just in general. Yeah, she's completely changed now. I was super into, oh gosh. I'm totally blanking now on the creator's name. I'll put it right here. There we go. But it was this creator that they would draw in the same art style for like all their manga, but I loved it. It was like eating bubblegum. Like anytime the bubblegum lost flavor, I was like, oh look, they've done another manga where they've drawn the exact same characters in different situations. My big win. And this character's outfit was inspired by her thief character from that series. Okay. So you got Sugar again. Hey, here's the cover, the full color cover for the fan comic that is probably still somewhat on my old DA. I never took it down. I like long nails. I've always liked spikes, just putting spikes on people. Okay, Sugar again. I would just draw Sierra like all the time. She had no personality, but I liked pink. That's Sierra again. These are two characters from Mote Lollipop, but it looks like they're cosplaying from Powerpuff Girls. I don't know what I was thinking here. Oh. This time I was actually like trying to like experiment with line thickness because I'd seen a lot of digital artists do that. I thought that was so cool. And then I only ever liked drawing with mechanical pencils, so I went, oh, I guess I'm stuck on one line size. And then I was like, wait, what if? What if you just go back again? I remember this one. So I was so proud of this one. I posted on a DA. I was like, look at my little cafe girl sugar. And then I got one comment in the comment section. It was like, her eyes are too big. And of course, my smart ass was like, well, that's just my style. Because I like any art style where like the eyes are the focal point of the face. I love, just because I think eyes are pretty. I like characters when they have like different eyelash types too. Just, I'm an eye person. So, that's Sarah. I can tell by the bangs. I drew this character a lot. I think she was inspired by Butters because of Hello Kitty. But I don't know who you are. I don't remember your name. Okay. Ah, yes. More psychic damage. You know when you have your female character that you introduce to the main cast and someone automatically has a crush on her. Oh, there's Angel again. I really liked having her, like, be symmetrical in the outfit and then asymmetrical with the accessories. Oh, his name was Hack. So he was, like, a brainiac character that was trying to combat her chaos magicness. He have actually reworked it into a current thing that I'm doing, like just that character type. Like I have character trope types that I like to do, and his was one I did rework. So he's gone through a few permutations. Let's see, that's Sierra again. Yeah, I wish I remember who you were. I think that's Wenji. Don't pay attention. Don't look. Don't look at me trying to rename South Park characters and pretending they're my own. You know, I knew there was gonna be cringe in those, but I forgot. I tried to rename. Sorry, I just walked away. I forgot I tried to rename those characters and just scrub the serial numbers off of that fan comic. Partially because I wanted to pretend it was my own, but also so I wouldn't get in trouble for watching South Park, which I was not supposed to be watching at that age. Alright, so I think I'm gonna actually redraw this one. And then let me go get my supplies real quick, and I'll be right back. I never posted most of those drawings. The pieces I felt that were the strongest barely made a blip or got negative comments, and for the next few years I got really self-conscious about what pieces I wanted to do and whether that would be worth the cost of art paper. There are hundreds of drawings I did on the back of school assignments or scraps that are just gone now, which is a shame. I like sketchbooks because they're an easy-to-store time capsule of your art. If there's one thing I hope you take away from this, it's that there's no such thing as wasting paper. Every drawing, good or bad, is important practice. It took me a while to find a grain of paper and a medium that made drawing and sketching fun for me. It took even longer to find a way to color and draw backgrounds that didn't make me feel like wanting to claw my eyes out. I definitely want to do a few more of these. These just barely scratched the surface of my past work, and as you can see, I've come a long way.
It's also just so crazy to me thinking of how many of these OCs that I made for other series that have become like the blueprint for honest-to-goodness original characters. I don't draw anything with Sierra in it anymore, but there's elements of her design that I have carried over to OCs that I do still draw. Like, I love having characters with long ponytails, so that went to Uito. I like Manic Pixie Dream Girls, so that personality went to other characters that will appear in other series down the line. And same thing with her pink color palette, or just, you know, the spirit that I had in mind when I was drawing that character. And it's just kind of interesting to look back and see which OCs got retired and which got reworked into later works of fiction that I've been working on recently. But yeah, so this is what she would look like if I tried to draw her now. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Bye!